just getting over it, if I recall.
Could be. Yeah.
So maybe 12 or so. Well, you want to go ahead and open it? It's 5 after.
Okay, you ready back there?
I'm ready if you guys are.
Okay. Oh, she gave us a signal. Okay, want to call to order this evening's meeting of the Leavenworth Preservation Commission, dated October 3rd, 2018. I just have one thing I want to talk about initially before we go any further. We do have a new agenda, which Julie and Michelle put in front of us. The only change on that are the minor certificates of appropriateness, so if we get to that, we'll talk about those also. We do not have a quorum this evening, and we do not have Mr. Giles, who we thought was going to be here tonight to talk about his property. So we cannot take any actions on anything, but we will definitely discuss the actions that we could take. We also have Rick Jackson on the phone, so you'll be hearing from him also. All right, we have the minutes from September 5th of 2018, so we can't really even make a motion on that.
On those. No,
I thought it looked good, Julie.
Hold those till the next time. Thank Michelle for this.
So we'll go that way. Then old business, of course, the main business tonight was to talk about 202 Potawatomi and the possible demolition or the possible changes that the owner, Mr. Giles, is making to the house itself, and hopefully he could keep it that way. We do not have any new business, but again, we do have the minor certificates of appropriateness. I'll just open it up. There's three of us, of course, Rick Jackson, John Garish, and Michelle and Julie are here, and myself. So if anybody has anything to say, just let me initially make mention that personally, I would like to see a game plan from Mr. Giles on how he plans to proceed with, taking care of his property and making it up to standard so he can keep it there. I am concerned, it still has a long way to go. The rest of the neighborhood is fairly nice. I hate to have that there that hurts the other property owners in the area. But I'll just open it up for a little bit of discussion now. Anybody have anything to say?
I'll just run through quickly what he has done since we last looked at this at our July meeting. The pictures I've got up are from the end of June and then last week. So this is kind of the southwest corner of the house in June. This is it as of last week. The only changes we can really tell are he's repaired some of the siding under the front porch. You can tell that that's been, I don't know if it's been replaced or just scraped and painted. You can tell a little bit better. Here's the front of it, again back in June versus last week. So that's at least been painted. I'm not sure if they've replaced any boards. And then the main change has been on the east side of the house. He has repaired the roof and added a covered porch over there. I would note that adding a porch was not part of what was needed to correct the code violations on the house. I'll just kind of run through what we had asked him to do in order to bring it up to code. The items needed were to replace the roof, replace and repair all exterior walls and siding, replace and repair all soffits and eaves, replace and repair guttering, replace and repair all windows and doors, and remove all peeling paint and repaint the entire exterior of the structure. So he's repaired a little bit of the paint and siding on the front of the house, and he's repaired the roof on this back portion of the house, but there's still quite a few issues with the siding and the rest of the items. So again, this picture is June versus last week, so again, the only change is really the addition of that porch. So that's where we're at now. We haven't received any communication from him regarding his plans moving forward from here. he did obtain a building permit for interior renovations and the addition of the porch back in 2016. That permit lapsed. They're valid for 6 months, and if there's no work in 6 months, then they go inactive. He contacted our building inspection staff in September and asked to reactivate the permit, which they allowed him to do. So he does have an open permit for that porch. It has not been inspected yet. The building inspector went out one time and inspected just the pier holes that he dug to put the piers in, but Mr. Giles has not called since the porch has been constructed to request another inspection, which is required as well. So that's what we know of what he's doing. So.
Okay, so he has made a few changes, and you know, it actually looks pretty good there, the covered porch. Since this isn't a official meeting per se, can we still write him a letter and ask him, you know, if we can get the game plan that he has going forward?
Yep, we can do that. You can't take any motion or action,
right.
but yeah, we can certainly send him a letter on behalf of the board and request that he present a written game plan going forward, and again, be present at the next preservation meeting.
Okay, John and Rick, do you guys agree with that?
Agreed.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, if you would then, send him a message.
Yep.
And
We'll do that, and we'll send you all a copy of that as well.
Good. Any other discussion?
No, Julie covered what I was going to ask.
I just have one item.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Julie and Michelle for all the coordination to assist Ed and I getting to the Preservation Commission conference in Lawrence.
You're very welcome. We're happy you guys could attend.
I just think it represented us very well, and for John, one of the main focuses of the conference was our very own community center. I just again like to thank both Julie and Michelle for what I consider a really outstanding effort. I really appreciate it. I think it's going to help improve me as a preservation commissioner, especially when we start the next phase of the community center.
And that, the bids actually opened for the final phase of the stone restoration today. Public Works is heading up that project, so I haven't seen what any of those bids were, but that's should be getting started here fairly quickly too. And then Rick and I talked a little bit while we were over there about maybe approaching the Chapeau's office about Leavenworth hosting one of the preservation conferences in the next few years. We thought we have quite a bit in town that we could offer up to look at and check out, and some good venues to see. So I'll get a hold of them and see if they would like to bring it to Leavenworth.
All right.
Okay, Julie, do you have anything else you want to mention on the certificates or anything like that?
We don't. You've got the list of minor certificates. They're all fairly basic, nothing really of note, but if you have any questions, let us know.
All right, well, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to move to adjourn.
I so moved if that was a motion to adjourn.
Okay, we have two motions to adjourn, so we're good to go. Thank you much.